This is the NFL Weekend Review Show on the Flex Network.
Going up, coming down, does he come down with it? Does Golden State have it? He's in the end zone, he has!
This is the Flex Network.
Unbelievable! Romo can't get the spot down!
Flex on them.
Run Zeke, up the middle, he's gone! Zeke's gone, goodbye Zeke! Touchdown! Short yardage, pinched in, the dogs got out!
Flex on them.
Brandon in the gun, third and 8, crowd making noise, Manning 5 steps, here comes the run, Taco's got it! That's an Eli Taco. Low snap, he picks it up, he looks, he stands, he rushes. Oh, he's up the middle. He's running up the middle, and boom!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flex Network is live once again for our NFL Week in Review show. And what a week in the NFL. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to look forward to, but let's not do any of that quite yet. Let's go ahead and move to my counterpart over here, none other than the SnowMan, who, for all of my audio listeners in the house, we have SnowMan with a paper bag over his head with the eyes cut out, and it says, "I'm never picking Cincinnati again," because Cincinnati is 0 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. WTF, they tied with the Philadelphia Eagles, which is absolutely hilarious. Snow. Tell the people what's going on.
Oh my God. For the love of Mike, guys, I don't know what it is. For 3 weeks, my head has just been, back to where the Cincinnati Bengals, like the Andy Dalton Cincinnati Bengals, where this would be a team that, would lead, maybe get, would pull out a victory somewhere, or maybe just come back and pull out a victory somewhere, or just do something that would give me some hope with the Cincinnati Bengals team that would make a playoff appearance. But for some reason, that's not happening, because for 3 straight weeks, I picked them to win, and they shank it so bad. And for 2 of them, it was a loss. And then this past week, it was a tie. Why? Oh, man. Oh,
It's okay. It's okay,
Help
Snow. We got Ryan E. Honda Fields. Thanks for joining the show. He says they've been competing, no lie. Okay, which they have. They've been in the games that they've played. They're not getting absolutely blown out. So, Snow, it's all right, man. You can go ahead and take the bag off now. We're all right. We can come back home.
I feel like where I'm supposed to be with the Cincinnati pick is I'm in Cincinnati and I'm with the fans.
Yeah, that is exactly how they feel most.
But you know
years.
what? You know what the best thing about this whole thing is that I'm not a Cincinnati fan of heart, so I can just as easily just leave this place and see you later. Because I'm back in the studio now.
Okay, so Alex Torres, what's up? Thanks for joining the show. I appreciate you joining the show tonight. Couple things real quick. Find us on Twitter at the Flex Network 1. Find us on Facebook. That's how some of you are watching. Facebook page, the Flex Network on Facebook. Just click that like button, click that follow button, all that good stuff. You'll get all of our updates. Anytime we go live, anytime we do this thing, we do it there. So let's keep it moving. Snow, what do you say we kind of move into a little bit of recap for the week? I'm just going to kind of run through the games real quick. There's a couple of games we're obviously going to talk about, but let me run through the scores for anyone who missed anything. Dolphins 31, Jags 13. They take care of the Jags pretty easily. Gardner Minshew he kind of struggled because he didn't have any type of downfield threat. He still had 275 yards through a pick, whatever. Move on. Seahawks take care of the Cowboys 38-31. Two teams with no defense. Dak Prescott 472 yards, 3 touchdowns. Russell Wilson 5 touchdowns. Actually has 14 touchdown passes through the first 3 weeks of the season, which is a new NFL record, by the way. So Seahawks get the win there. Bears take care of the Falcons 30-26. Falcons blow another one. Who would have guessed? Rams lose to the Bills 35-32 late in the game on a controversial pass interference call. The Browns take care of the Washington whatchamacallits 34-20. Dwayne Haskins didn't look too bad. He had a lot of incompletions. 21 for 37, 224, and 2 touchdowns. Nick Chubb went over 100 yards with 2 touchdowns. Titans take care of the Vikings 31-30. Dalvin Cook was the story of this game. 22 carries, 181 yards, and a touchdown. Let's see. Patriots take care of the Raiders 36-20. Derek Carr 24 for 32, 261, and 2 touchdowns. Pretty efficient game for Mr. Derek Carr there. Sony Michel goes 9 carries for 117. Let's see. 49ers basically had a practice. They played the Giants, beat them 36-9. Daniel Jones looked terrible. Nick Mullins, 25 for 36, 343 yards and a touchdown. And the LOL moment of the week belongs to the Bengals and the Eagles. 23-23 tie. Just laughable all the way around. Tyler Boyd had 10 catches for 125.
You know what the worst thing about this whole this is going to even more make this more of a laughable moment. Because there was a moment last week during our picks, and I have the clip for everyone. And you know what? For some reason, making the pick during the Arizona and the Detroit Lions pick, something unexpected happened that I still couldn't believe came out of my mouth. But let's go back. I would not be surprised again if we get another tie somewhere. I'm saying somewhere. Maybe one this week, maybe sometime in the near future. But we'll probably get a tie somewhere. Maybe one of our picks will be a tie. I'm just throwing out there because we've had weird moments. Oh, look who's here. Cam, before you start going, I need to reset this whole stage for you because
we're not going to replay that. Listen,
but
Cam, do you remember last week when listen, we're talking Philadelphia, Cincinnati right now.
Oh God!
Do you remember last week? When Snow said during the Arizona game we were picking, he said, I just have this weird feeling in my gut that we might see a tie somewhere this week.
He did. He called it.
What the?
And he said, exactly. Matt chiming in. So Snow hit it right on the head as we're getting into these recaps. And I'm getting through these recaps. We were just talking Cincinnati and Philly tying 23-23 in overtime.
I'm sorry,
Steelers.
man. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, he's a little hurt, but
yeah.
Let me move through these the rest of these games real quick. Steelers take care of the Texans 28-21. Deshaun Watson was 19 for 27, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Colts take care of the Jets 36-7. Jonathan Taylor had 13 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Phillip Rivers was 17 for 21, 217 and a touchdown. Then we go. Panthers beat the Chargers 21-16. Justin Herbert 35 for 49, almost 50 passing attempts, 330 yards, and 1 touchdown. Bucks take care of the Broncos 28-10. Tom Brady 297 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Lions beat the Cardinals in a surprise upset 26-23. Kyler Murray 23 for 35, 270 and 2 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure Kyler Murray threw like 3 interceptions in this game, which is the most Lions thing ever. They get 3 turnovers and only win by 3.
I just want to say shout out to Jeff Okuda, South Grand Prairie product. He got an interception off Kyler Murray, so that is dope.
That's a Texas on Texas crime right there. So Sunday night football, we roll on. Packers 37-30 over the Saints. Drew Brees 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. They're really missing Michael Thomas still. Aaron Rodgers passes for 283 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Green Bay Packers managed to stay undefeated. Alan Lazard, the unsung hero of the week, 6 catches for 146 and a touchdown. Then we move to Monday Night Football. The Chiefs take care of the Ravens 34-20. Pat Mahomes throws for 385 and 4 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson has 9 carries for 83 yards and 97 yards passing the whole day. I thought this was a chance for the Ravens to really kind of stake their claim in the AFC that they belong. But Lamar Jackson himself even said after the game that the Chiefs are the Ravens' kryptonite, and it seems to be that way right now. So yeah, a lot of crazy things happened this week. We hit on Cincinnati, we hit on Philly. Cam, give us your thoughts on the LOL moment of the week, which is the Cincinnati Philly game, and just how much you're loving watching Philly struggle. Go ahead, tell us.
Basically Carson Wentz is everything I told y'all that I thought he was. He's a turnover machine. I'm not sure what defense he's reading. He looks terrible. And then the fact that they get the ball and then they don't go for the win in the overtime. You don't go for the win on 4th down. Doug Peterson, some of this is on Carson Wentz. Some of this is on Doug Peterson. And I just believe – I told Eagle fans this. When Frank Reich left to Indianapolis, that decision would matter because Frank Reich played a huge part in their Super Bowl win, the Eagles Super Bowl win. And it's obviously showing. It's showing, man. Without Frank Reich there, Carson Wentz looks pedestrian. And I think Doug Peterson's really great at coaching Nick Foles. I just think that though there are two different types of quarterbacks in that situation with that coach. And I don't know what they're going to do with Carson Wentz.
And I'm totally down with that because that whole idea is interesting because look at Indianapolis right now. You have a guy in Phillip Rivers who looked horrendous his last year with the Chargers, right? Led the league in interceptions. The Chargers team was awful. And then you roll into, he signs with Indianapolis, and I'm like, dude, this has got dumpster fire all over it. but look at Frank Reich. Frank Reich has got him going the way that he wants him to go. Really taking care of the ball for the most part. He didn't have those high interceptions like he had last year. So this whole situation that we got going is very interesting. And so, you got the Colts taking care of business, but let's go ahead and I'm going to toss it to my man SnowMan. Let's break down this Cowboys Seahawks game, the 2 teams with no secondary. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to pass it to Snow first. Snow, give me your thoughts on the game, just a few thoughts, and just tell me what you thought.
You know what? Before we get too far into the Dallas Seattle game, I want to. There's two. I have an additional laugh out loud moment of the week, but I'm going to get a little bit to that also. But back to the Cincinnati and Philly game. What Cowboy Cam was going off of with, not going for the win, and the fact, well, to a point, but when your kicking team decides, field goal kicking team decides, hey, let's jump off sides and not give our guys, a chance at kicking a potential game-winning field goal. That kind of gives me this idea of,
for instance, if you were to look up all-time bonehead plays,
that would be one of them.
Oh.
Just bar none, the fact that you don't go for the win. It's like, you know what? We backed up 5 yards. You know what? Let's just test the win. I mean, hell, Janikowski has kicked the long ass field goal. It's possible to kick a long ass field goal. So try it.
The Eagles kicker, I forget his name. He has a 61-yard field goal under his belt. Like, he's kicked a 61-yarder himself. You got to give him a shot at least.
Yes. So that was just my little extra last little thing with the Cincinnati Philly game, because when you said that, I'm like, I need to say that. I need to add a little emphasis on that, because I got that. I saw that.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, Snow. So tell me what you thought about Cowboys, Seahawks. Kind of get into that for a second, because there's a lot of Cowboys fans who watch this show here, right?
Yes.
We're Seahawks fans, obviously. We have Seahawks fans that watch this show. So tell us.
But
I mean, it's okay.
This game, it was a great game. I will give Dak Prescott his due. I'm not going to come out here and say he's a bad quarterback. He sucks. He's, this, that. You know what? He is what he is, hyped up to be a good quarterback. A great quarterback. You throw for 472 yards. That's some good arm work out there. 37-57. You drop 3 touchdowns. I'll give you that. But you also threw 2 picks. I mean, granted, one of them was at the last neck of desperation and a Russell Wilson-esque, magician-like, get out of Dodge, escape the sack kind of move, which I'll give you that, at the last couple seconds in the fourth quarter, trying to get back into this game. But to say the least, your biggest problem was not Dak throwing 2 picks. I don't even think maybe it was a good little bit of coaching, to a point. But the dumb part of this whole thing,
speak on it,
is the fact you did not give a shred of food to Big Zeke.
You know what?
You did not let him eat.
I'm gonna let you finish. But I got you. I'm gonna let you finish. But I got you. I got something for you.
Because just going off of his stats, Zeke running for a mere 34 yards. And while, yes, there was a touchdown, I'll give you that. But 14 attempts, you got 34 yards. I would have figured, you know what? Maybe the run defense, stepped up on the Seahawks, and they stepped up and they held Zeke to 34 yards. I'll give it that. It was a great game for defense. And while, again, the Seahawks defense bend, but they did not break to allow Dallas to climb back into the game, take the lead for a while, and then to come back and score again. But still, it was a good game for Dallas. I'm not going to say it was a bad outing. They look shitty or anything. But to say the least, to go up against MVP caliber Russell Wilson, who just let the ball fly so pretty, just so pretty all around the neighborhood, except for the one DK Metcalf. That one DK Metcalf, literally another.
For instance, if you were to look up all-time bonehead plays,
that would be the mentality of DK Metcalf, just nonchalantly, just, hey, let's go, let's just catch and just, I got it, and poof, no.
Hey, that's T Diggs for you, baby. Roll, Tide, roll.
But to say the least, that play did not come back to bite us in the butt as bad as it should have been. But he's going to clean that up. DK's going to clean that up, and he's not going to do that again. We could say that, hopefully. But to say the least, MVP, Mr. Russell Wilson right now, who's killing it. Throwing for 27, completed passes for 40, for 315, and not one, not two, not even three, not even four, but 5 touchdowns on the day. Did I just say 5? I said a 5, a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 5. 5 touchdowns, baby. He's just throwing them ball.
Is you finished or is you done?
No, let me pick it up here for a second, because I want to talk about a couple of things. Okay, DK Metcalf obviously channeled his inner Deshaun Jackson there, slowing up on the goal line, getting a little crazy. And I'm willing to say this right now: he'll never do that again, ever.
No.
And not just that, but that makes 2 weeks in a row now. Is it back to back? Yeah, back-to-back weeks that Diggs is the recipient of some of the 2 luckiest plays in football, right? Number one, obviously, being when he got burnt deep by Julio Jones in the Falcons game, and Julio dropped it. How many times will you ever see in the career of one Julio Jones where he burns a dude by 3 yards and a basket is dropping into the basket and he just misses it? That won't ever happen. I mean, it'll probably happen again at some point, but it's rare.
It's rare.
Then the chance of DK Metcalf just slowing up like that, which I don't know why he did it. I'm guessing he thought the dude fell down or something, because why else would you slow down like that? That's kind of ridiculous. Heads up play, Diggs. Good job punching that sucker out of there. I mean, you should do that. But a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about real quick was Dak Prescott obviously throwing at the side that Trey Flowers is on. Trey Flowers has the confidence of a preschooler right now. He has 0 confidence. The only reason he was even in the game was because Dunbar had some knee soreness, knee bruise, whatever they want to call it. It's something on the injury report. I'm sure he's going to play this week. It is what it is. Who cares?
Yeah.
If Dunbar is in the game, I'm not saying Dak doesn't have some good stats still, but I am saying that I'm willing to say they're cut in half on that side because Flowers is so scared that at DB, he's lining up 12 yards off like he's playing safety. That's unacceptable. That just kind of proves to you how ridiculous his confidence is at this point. He was just torched all of last season. He's the reason why we lost to the Packers in the playoffs last year. And he's the reason why Dallas was even in this game to begin with, because at one point we were up 15 and they just started throwing at Flowers. I mean, just tossing that sucker at him, because they're like, what's that guy going to do? He can't do anything. And here's the thing, right? I got a bounty on the head of Amari Cooper. I got a bounty on the head of DeMarcus Lawrence. And I got a bounty on the head of the entire secondary outside of Diggs. Everyone there. Well, maybe it's not a bounty. It's a missing persons report that you file at the police station.
There you go.
All of Dallas, all of, if we are saying that the Cowboys are America's team, where are they at? America is wondering where anyone outside of Diggs, Dak Prescott, Zeke, we're wondering where the heck you're at. That's not necessarily his fault. He just when his number gets called, it gets called. But Gallup showed up. Now you got all of Dallas thinking their third or fourth receiver, whatever the hell he is, thinking that he's the truth. Yeah, Cedric Wilson, they're thinking that this kid is like the second coming now because Trey Flowers can't cover. Shaq Griffin seems to have reverted back to second season Shaq Griffin, which is terrible. There's got to be a lot of improvements going on. But Cam, I'm passing the reins to you right now. Tell me what you thought about your Cowboys. I thought they competed well, but let me know. Give me your thoughts on the game.
Man, you guys hit it straight. If you hit the nail right on the head, man. DeMarcus Lawrence, where you at, dog? I don't want to hear this whole, he's getting quarterback pressures. Like, I don't want to hear that. I want to see sack results. Taco Charlton, who we let go, plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. In the past 2 seasons, has more sacks than DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, we both knew both our secondaries were terrible. And it just seems like our secondary makes a lot of mistakes. Jalen Smith came out before the game saying that the defense was super complex and, they wanted to go back to a vanilla defense. No, you're supposed to have a complex defense. You want to be able to mix up coverages. And apparently a lot of these guys aren't, picking up on the coverages. We got Tyler Lockett running.
Hey, Cam, hold the phone. Hold the phone. We got a real comment we got to address right now. Matt wants to know, is my guy Cam wearing the deep V on the shirt right now?
It's not also, that deep. It's just, I got it like all pulled up. But yeah, fire, baby, fire. I know.
Also, fire emoji in the house. And Cam, before I unleash you one more time, my boy Danny over here, he says, let's get this comment up here. We need Danny's comment up here. Let's see. There it is. He says, how dare you speak the truth about the boys? We can't handle it.
Man,
that's 100% facts.
Look here. If you guys are not on some of these Cowboy pages, they are insane with the amount of Dak hate and the blame game. And it's just insane. But no, DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm calling you out. Where you at? Everson Griffin. I know you didn't get a full off season, but we're going into week 4 now. I need you to show up, buddy. I need something. You're right though. Trevon Diggs is the bright spot of that secondary. I love him. And he's a rookie. He's gonna get beat deep a lot. That's just what happens to rookie DB. It just happens. But Snow, I want to go back to your comment about not feeding Zeke. The run game was non-existent. All right. You guys played the run very well. You're dealing with Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright, by the way. And so then we got the bright idea to, hey, let's throw some screen passes to Ezekiel Elliott. And that wasn't working. Zeke couldn't catch the ball to save his life. Zeke, I believe he had 3 drops on the day. It should have been 4. I counted 4 drops, but they gave him 3 drops. He was targeted 12 times in the passing game, which means they're trying to feed Ezekiel Elliott the ball. And it just wasn't working. And in that moment, you got to bring in Tony Pollard, baby. You got to bring him in and throw Tony Pollard the ball and get him some touches, in my opinion, for Zeke. I just thought Zeke looked real sluggish, really slow this week, as if he had a hangover, if he was in Seattle partying it up or something like that. But once again, we asked Dak Prescott to do way too much for this football team because Dak Prescott took the lead with 4 minutes left. Now, I know we got a field goal out of it. I didn't like how much time. We only took like 19 seconds off the clock in 3 plays. I think CeeDee Lamb, we threw like a screen route to CeeDee Lamb, and he ends up going out of bounds. I think we run Zeke on 2nd down, and then Gallup runs a go route on 3rd down and just doesn't give Dak Prescott a chance to, get the ball in the radius for him to get a catch in. And so we literally run 3 plays in 19 seconds and kick a field goal. And that's just too much time for Russell Wilson. But still, the defense, you gotta hold Seattle to a field goal. Because I guarantee this, if you hold Seattle to that field goal, which they were on a 4th and 3, if you get the stop on 4th and 3, God dang it, the game's over. On 4th and 3, the game's over. But no, the middle of the field's wide open, and we don't hold them to a field goal. And now you're asking Dak Prescott to not just get in field goal range, but to go get a game-winning touchdown in. And it just doesn't. It's just a lot of people play Madden, and yeah, that seems realistic. It just doesn't happen in real life like that, fellas. If you're a Cowboy fan, I got to tell you, it's not going to happen like that. But yeah, that's my take on the game. 100%. Kudos to Russell Wilson, MVP race leader definitely. But Patrick Mahomes is close behind. Watch out.
Let me address a couple of things. One, Cam, I need you to address this comment right here. Matt Beck says, have you ever watched the Flex Network week in review show in the bath after a hard day's work, watching the boys, Flex Mike, SnowMan, and Cowboy Cam? If not, get right next time. I'm going to need you to address that.
You know what? Hey, look here. Not only should you be in the bathtub after a hard day's work, you should have a beer right next to you. You should be relaxing and just enjoying the show while we give you what you need. Once again, we got you, Matt. We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, and let me address. I want to address a couple of things. Time out, because the Cowboys, like the Cowboys, are real. All these Cowboy fans are real high on this Cedric Wilson cat, right? They were just as high on Worley. Understand. Just like Dak was throwing at Trey Flowers to his left, Russell Wilson was throwing at Worley.
Yes.
He was picking on him. Worley was 100% a liability for the Cowboys secondary, okay? Should he have picked that ball off 100%? Yeah. Should Trey Flowers have picked off that pass that when he was sitting on the ground and it hit him in the chest and it popped up perfectly so Gallup could catch it and run like another 8 yards? Yes, both of those guys should have picked those passes off. But I want to go back real quick, Cam. I want to go back because there's a couple of comments that were dropped here that have me a little bit puzzled. Not really puzzled. I just want to address them.
And I'm sorry,
Ryan Smith here says, no worries. We're here. Ryan Smith says Dak was cooking with Russ. 100% a fact. Okay. 100%. Not an issue. Dak was doing his thing, right? The days of Dak being a top 15 quarterback are over. He is a top 10. He's an 8, 9, 10 guy now. He has proved that he has taken that step where he can. He still lacks the late game heroics, but that doesn't mean that it won't come. He just hasn't really had a whole lot of opportunities for it. I want to address one more comment here that I saw where they said Dak is leading in all of the quarterback passing categories, right?
Every passing guy.
But let me tell you something about that, right? He has more attempts. He has more attempts than any other quarterback because he's played from behind in every game that he's played so far this season. So of course, you give a guy like Dak and you say, "Hey, you have to pass from like the second quarter on because your defense can't stop a single thing." Definitely not against the Rams. Calvin Ridley was a real problem week 2, and he seems to be a real problem for anyone that he faces. It doesn't really matter. I have him in fantasy, so I happen to know that I'm bringing in the money on all of that stuff Calvin Ridley related. We're in business. Here's the thing. You got your guy over here, Clifton Smith. These are pipe dreams, baby. Right? Our DBs. I appreciate you tuning in, but our DBs have dropped 4 potential interceptions already this season. And I'm willing to say this. They've probably dropped more than that you haven't even noticed. So Matt here says, you pulled that up. Redraft right now. CeeDee Lamb goes top 9. And of course, the Cowboys shouldn't even have him on the team. It's ridiculous that he even fell. Because what are guys like Jerry Jeudy doing Henry Ruggs. What are those guys doing that CeeDee Lamb isn't accomplishing? And those are guys that were drafted a little bit earlier than CeeDee Lamb, right? So this game's over. Obviously, Seahawks win. They take care of business. They, once again, they don't stop a single soul.
But
the Seahawks are the Seahawks are in trouble, right? The only thing they do well is stop the run. They stopped Cam Newton. They didn't allow Todd Gurley or any of that running stuff to get going in week 1. They stopped Cam Newton and running backs in week 2, and they shut down Zeke in week 3. But now we're talking about other things. You're talking about in 3 games, the Seattle Seahawks secondary has given up 1,200 plus yards. And on the opposite side of the coin, the Dallas Cowboys defense is allowing the highest QBR in NFL history to opposing quarterbacks so far through weeks. I'm sure some of that stuff will change, but
woosah.
Hey, you live to fight another day. I'm going to turn it to the SnowMan real quick, and then we're going to get into our predictions for the week. SnowMan, go ahead.
You know what? Just to throw more salt, actually just more of a bucket on this situation for any Cowboys fans out there that just needs some extra salt on, with their food and everything, but to add salt to this wound. But tell me, Cowboy Nation, where are you guys currently in the standings? You're not first. I mean, you're not fourth. I mean, you're not in third, but you're sitting at 2.
2, baby.
But who? And I mean, who is sitting at number 1? It would be that the red and gold Washington whatchamacallits right there. And Matt, if you're still watching, this is especially for you. Dallas Cowboys sitting at number 2 behind Washington.
What the f***?
Well, hey, they played a divisional opponent. That's why.
I know, but still.
Well, let's hit on that division real quick, Cam, because in the NFL, this isn't baseball, right? So in the NFL, you have 4 teams per division across the NFL, AFC and NFC, right? Each division, North, South, East, and West, AFC, NFC, right? You have 4 teams per division, which means if every team wins in 1 week through 3 weeks, you have potential to have 12 wins. 12 wins, right? But in the crap show that is
no, we're not NFC calling it crap
East.
Show. Crap show is just sugarcoating it.
Yeah,
literally.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm trying to sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat it with this. Everybody in America knows that the NFC East is just literally.
Well, Cam, let me tell you something. Cam, that dumpster outside your house is 100% on fire right now. So understand that. So through 3 weeks, 12 possible victories, the NFC East combined is a whopping 2 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie. Also known as the worst division in football. They are so horrendous, I can't even put it into words. But Snow, we're done talking about the Cowboys. We're done talking about this NFC East and how terrible it is. The Cowboys are going to make the playoffs at they're probably going to get 10 wins because they still get to play Washington twice. They still get to play Philly twice, and they still get to play what's the other team? The Giants twice. And don't even get me started on the Giants. Oh my gosh, dude.
We're going to save that for another.
Mike, I just got to say, I had the Cowboys going 11-5 anyway, and basically they lost to the two teams I in my earlier season predictions had us losing to anyway. So I'm like, as you guys see, I'm all smiles. I'm fine, but this defense, we got to fix this defense real quick. Good Lord.
But here's the thing that you need to understand, right? The difference between winning cultures and losing cultures, or maybe not losing cultures, but like some cultures football cultures that are a little bit mediocre. Like Cam, I hate to call you out, my dude, but this last week, dude, you got on your Cowboy Cam was live on Facebook. I said, you know what? Let me tune into my boy Cowboy Cam, and I'm not the guy. Cam, you know this by now. You've known me long enough to know that I'm not the salt in the wound where I'm like, F you, yeah, you guys suck, we won. I don't do stuff like that. I just kind of tell you from like a real football perspective, like, yeah, your secondary was terrible. That's why you lost, you know, and I like to say things that I think that you would agree with. You would realize that was a real issue. But my boy Cowboy Cam was over here on Facebook. You know, he was like a girl that just got dumped. And, you know, he was, you know what? I swear I'm okay. I will be okay. I think I'm okay. I don't know if I'm okay, but I think that I'm okay. I'm okay right now. You know what? I have a great supporting cast of friends, and they all support me. And Cowboy Cam was over there, and he just kept saying, I'm okay. I'm okay. And you know what? Here's the truth, Cam. You are okay. You play in the worst division in football, dude. You're fine. You're still going to end up with probably 10 wins, and it is what it is. But let's keep moving, Snow. Let's keep moving. We got to get this train rolling, man. Let's get into this pick'em for the week.
Before we get too far on that one, Cam, I think we kind of have to allow this man some.
Yeah. This is terrible. Oh, come on.
Because here is last week's standings. And while, yes, there is a tie in there because of that, pushing Mr. Flex Mike and Mr. Cowboy Cam tied last week, but because of Monday Night Football and the score being that Mr. Mike picked the winning score of 34-24, and while Cam picked 28-20, and the final score was a rousing 34-20. So, Mr. Mike, would you like to take some gloat time?
I'm actually going to take zero gloat time here because I kicked Cam's ass every week last year. So I'm going to take zero gloat time here. The only thing I'll say is Lamar Jackson really let me down. I was really bummed that he didn't really kind of jump. I mean, Cam, think about it. Remember Rams Chiefs last year and the score was like stupid high. I was expecting something like that. I thought, hey man, we're really going to get this thing going, but the Chiefs have kind of an underrated defense and the Ravens their defense isn't as good as everyone thought. And so, it is what it is. I was more bummed for the Ravens than anything because I kind of root for the Ravens, but I like to see them win, except for when they're playing us. Okay, let's see the comment here. The comment here from Walkley. By the way, Walkley says he doesn't owe you a burger anymore because you are you gonna get this comment up here? This thing's not flashing up here.
Walkley comment.
There it goes. Yeah. I got it up there now. It says, man, that Monday Night Football score intro from Snow was a roller coaster ride. Also, he says that he doesn't owe you a burger anymore because the Titans basically got COVID-19.
That was after the game. Sorry, but you play to win the game, and I
exactly.
won
Thanks, Herm.
Game. Welcome.
Okay, Snow. Let's
and I had a shit week. I had a week.
Oh, my
okay.
gosh, yeah.
Broncos. speaking of crap weeks, here we go. Broncos, Jets, Thursday night
Oh,
football.
oh, ew.
Jets favored by 1.5. Yeah, right. Over under 40. Cam, where are you going this one?
Jets, give me the Jets because the Broncos are starting like their third string quarterback.
Don't
So yeah,
care.
give me the Jets.
Snow, what about you, my man?
Jets in this
You're going Jets.
dumpster fire of a Thursday night, Thursday night game, and the fact that Broncos playing this, round of who's that quarterback now.
Yeah, I'm not into that. Listen, I told you last week on these very airwaves here that I would be very hesitant to choose the Jets in any game this season, and I'm 100% not choosing the New York Jets here. I'm going Denver Broncos. Don't care that they have a third string quarterback. All you need is a warm body to turn around and hand the ball off and play defense. Don't care. I'm going Broncos in this one.
Since we're talking about the Broncos very quickly, did you guys and everybody out there see this funny thing that happened down at Denver? That Denver was basically just turned into a giant episode of South Park.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
because then the fans in the stands was none other than the South Park.
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
Community.
I love it.
that was just I found that funny. Going down the South Park, going to meet my friends, some friends of mine. Well, wait, they're over at Denver Stadium, Mile High.
Exactly.
But that was my thing. All right.
Okay. Second game of the week, we got Seattle, Miami. Seattle favored by 6.5 in Miami Stadium. Over under is 53.5. I would guess about 30 to 40 of those points coming from Seattle, but who am I to say anything? Let's start with Cam. Cam, who do you have, Seattle or Miami?
Give me Seattle. Yeah, definitely give me Seattle over Miami.
Okay, Snow?
Seahawks, because there's not a chance that I'm not picking against the Seahawks. I mean, literally, the only way that the Dolphins are going to get a win is if they decide to go looking for a very infamous kicker.
Hi, I'm looking for Ray Finkel. And a clean pair of shorts.
And it ain't going to happen. So, sorry, Seahawks.
All right.
Yeah, Danny there is going with Seattle as well. So let's keep it moving to the next game. We have Indy traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Indy's favored by 2.5. The over-under is 43 points. Snow, who do you got in that one?
Which game?
Indy and Chicago.
Oh, Indy. Okay. Oh, God.
That's tough.
The fact that they're, Indy's having to go on up to Chicago, and Chicago has been doing, they've been doing good this year. I'll give it that. They've been really doing good, surprisingly. But you know what? If you really think I'm just not going to play this and just say I'm going to pick them.
We'll be rolling Phillip Rivers.
Give me the monsters of the Midway. Give me the Bears.
Okay.
All right.
Cam, who you got? You got Nick Foles starting at quarterback officially.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Nick Foles. I just think the Chicago Bears will get some turnovers out of Phillip Rivers. Now that you've played this song, Snowman, this is your fault once again. So give me Chicago, definitely.
Okay, you go Chicago. I'm actually going to go Indy on this one. I don't think Nick Foles is very good. I think Nick Foles is good in clutch moments when they really, really need him and the pressure's on. I think he's a master of owning those moments. But I still don't think he's very good. So let's take care of that. Next, Jacksonville, Cincinnati. One of you guys have an echo, so fix that. Cam or Snow, you guys have an echo, so take care of that real quick. Snow, who do you got? Jacksonville, Cincinnati.
You know what? I don't even think that I have to even say that much. Just, can we all read it aloud? I am never picking Cincinnati again because, of course, I'm going.
Me, you!
And I'm rolling with them Jags.
Oh gosh.
Right.
It's my go.
So, yeah. Cam, Jacksonville, Cincinnati. Who you got? Oh, we lost him.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead. Okay. So Snow in Jacksonville.
My bad, pressing too many buttons.
And I'm gonna go Snow Jacksonville. I'm gonna go Jacksonville as well. I think Gardner Minshew is gonna bounce back from the game he had last week. He's gonna play a little bit better. I think he played well. I'm just not ready to give it to Cincinnati yet.
You know what?
I think they had a chance last week, but Gardner Minshew coming out of Washington State, it's really hard for me to ever choose against him unless they're playing a team that's just that much better than Jacksonville. And Cincinnati's not very good, and so they'll probably play them tough. And I think it might be a 3 to 6 point win, something like that. But I'm gonna have to go Jacksonville in this one.
And that's where you messed up at. Normally, I do pick Minshew over everybody else, but I'm gonna go ahead and hey, look here. The Bengals haven't let me down when I've picked them. So give me those Bengals, baby. I just think this team plays tough. They play tough for Joe Burrow. You can't. He's a leader. I mean, if there's one thing I can't say is Joe Burrow's a leader, and I think somehow, some way, they will find a way to beat the Jags.
Yeah, that's a makeup pick for you because you picked the Jets earlier, but that's fine. That's fine. But Cam, let's keep you center stage right here real quick. We're going to go to Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium.
Woo!
Browns are coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
You got that cast of Baker Mayfield and Jarvis Landry and the two-headed monster at running back in Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. You got Odell Beckham Jr., who doesn't exactly bring up the fondest of memories for Dallas Cowboy fans or players for that matter. So you got, let's see, Dallas favored by 4.5 points at home. Over under is 56. So Cam, go ahead. Who you got in this one?
The football, I'm not gonna lie, the football guy in me is saying to pick the Cleveland Browns. You got Nick Chubb coming to town, and Nick Chubb is gonna run through. He's gonna make some plays against this Cowboys defense. Nick Chubb is a dog, all right, and Kareem Hunt's no slouch either. But that's just the football guy in me talking. That's just football player Cam giving you the 101. Those two running backs there are the real deal. But Dak Prescott and this Cowboys offense, I think, will be a little too much for the Browns, and I think they take care of Cleveland. But watch out for Myles Garrett. Good Lord, I have no clue what we're gonna do about that.
Oh, I literally thought you were gonna go the complete opposite way.
Hey, that's just a football guy in me talking. It's tempting. It's tempting. Trust me.
Yeah. So Snow, who you got?
For some reason, some ungodly reason, I kind of agree with Cowboy Camp. Cleveland has some high points. They're 2-1. and the fact that they're having to go down to play an NFC trash team right now.
Watch your mouth.
Remember, NFC East is all trash, so they're all in that.
Watch
They're all in that. They've been all labeled NFC trash. So
we all know nobody wants to see the Dallas Cowboys. We know nobody wants to play the Cowboys, so careful.
And no one wants to play the Eagles, and
Okay.
no one wants to play the Giants.
So
and
everybody wants to play the Eagles.
Nobody
right
wants
now.
to play Washington, but yet everyone has to have them on the schedule somewhere.
There you go.
Moving on, but you know what? I still do not trust the Browns. It's a given life that some point old Brown is just gonna croak, and this is where the boys will get back into their winning ways and go 2-2. So I am going to be singing the praises of the stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Because I'm going with the Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with both of you. I think the Cowboys beat this team. I think that Baker Mayfield and that supporting cast puts up just a ton of numbers, though. I think that they do well. I just think that they're going to, I think that Dallas is going to find a way to win this game. They have to. There's no question about it. They're sitting at 1-2 right now. Would you rather be 2-2 or 1-3? And so this is it's kind of early to say must win, but it's very difficult to climb out of a 1-3 hole. That's pretty tough. And so I think.
Oh no, go ahead,
go ahead, Cam.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. You don't want to be 1-3, but the Cowboys' schedule after the Browns is just so light that. I don't want to jump ahead, because we want y'all tuning in every week for this information. But the Cowboys' schedule after the Browns is just so light that 1-3 won't hurt.
Yeah, because you have Giants next. You got to go to the big toaster in the desert. And then you got to play them. You got to go back-to-back games and NFC East opponents on the road to them. Whatchamacallit, Redskins. And got to go up to play some cheese steak heads.
Yep.
So
1-3 is not bad, but they better win this game.
Yeah.
So 4 out of the 5 next games after Cleveland is divisional opponents, right, Snow?
Yep.
Well, after the Browns, 3 out of their next 4 after the Browns is division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you beat Arizona. I think that maybe it's a shootout. It's a shootout.
It's gonna be a shootout. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. So okay, so we all go Dallas there. Now let's move on to New Orleans and Detroit. You got the Saints traveling to Detroit. New Orleans favored by 4, over under 54.5. Snow, go ahead first. Who you got in this one?
This one's tough. I mean, literally, I did not expect the cardiac cats. The cardiac cats from Detroit, Michigan, to beat Arizona in the toaster. In the big toaster. I did not expect them to roll on down to the desert and beat up the Cardinals the way they did. But that was a shock to me. And on the other hand, you have the Saints, who are struggling right now, 1-2, and they have not gone 1-3 since they have not lost 3 straight games since weeks 1 through 3 in 2016. So that is a struggle right there. But with that being said, and the fact that they're going to have to go, the Saint boys are going to have to go up to the Motor City, and it's going to be quiet because there's not going to be any fans because all their fans have had too many heart attacks with these cats. Just saying. But I am going to go with them Saints.
Okay.
Okay, New Orleans. Cam, where are we going?
I know I got a bunch of Saints fans on my Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page. I got a bunch of them, and they gonna hate me for this. They're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna take the Lions here. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take the Lions.
Wow.
Okay, State of the Union address time. It is officially State of the Union address time.
I'll explain it. Look here. Drew Brees' arm is gone, people. It's gone. So unless Alvin Kamara can have this amazing game, I'm not sure what you guys are expecting from the Saints.
Okay. Are you done? Because I'm going to shoot holes into everything that you're talking about. Understand this.
Let me duck first because this is going to be a bad. This is going to be like
Bring it.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago. So
Come
duck.
Cam, I'm right there with you. Drew Brees' arm is 100% gone. But for what his arm is and the types of players that he has on his offense, he can dink and dunk all day and he'll be fine. Alvin Kamara, in fantasy football perspective, 2 out of the last 3 weeks, he scored 40-plus points.
Yep.
So he tore up the Green Bay Packers, even though they lost. He tore up the Packers by himself, breaking tackles left and right, catching passes, running between the tackles. It didn't matter. He took care of business, right?
Yep.
So you're talking about that. It's okay to. It's safe to come out, Snow. It's safe to come out.
The bullets stop flying.
Yes, but understand this. Would I pick New Orleans to lose in some situations? Yes, but we're talking about the Detroit effing Lions. They are terrible. They have a horrible head coach. They should have never, like I said, week 1, should have never fired Jim Caldwell, like I said.
Major fact.
He's a better coach than Matt Patricia is currently. They've shipped off a lot of they shipped off Slay, they shipped off Diggs, the safety position. They can't keep their receivers healthy. Kenny Galladay's on the field 1 week he's off. DeAndre Swift dropped a game-winning touchdown catch in the end zone week 1. Adrian Peterson is aged, still effective, but aged. There's a lot of things going on in Detroit. I absolutely do not trust them. From top to bottom, organizationally, I'm going to take the Saints in this one without a question. I think the Saints win by 10.
Okay, fine. You sold me. Give me the Saints.
No, it's too late. You already said Detroit, dog. Wait. No, he can't revert back. He already said Detroit.
I'll live with it. No, I'll live with it. I think the Lions might be able to sneak another victory.
But Snow, you want to know why I beat Cam every week last year is because he does things like this. He picks Detroit. He just wants the Saints to lose because anytime the Cowboys lose, the Saints fans come out and they're like in your face about how you lost and all that stuff, which I get. That's annoying. But at the same time, we got to live in reality a little bit. So let's keep it moving. We're going to go to the next game here.
Here's the shocking thing. This is the first time I've actually seen, like in the last year we've done this show. This is the first time I've ever seen this guy or anyone change a pick like that.
He didn't. He didn't change a pick.
No, but
he tried to change a pick. It did not work.
He wanted to change the pick.
I'm good. I'm cool.
First time I've ever seen that someone has literally just, all right, I'll change my pick.
Hey, he let the bullets fly. It was a good argument. That was
I told you
point right there.
All right.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Chargers, Buccaneers. Chargers flying to Tampa Bay, Florida to take on the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is favored by 7, over under 43.5. Let's go Cowboy Cam. What you got on this one?
Man, if the Chargers had Tyrod and Melvin Ingram, it might be close, but I am going to take the Buccaneers here. I'm not saying that, Tom Brady's back or doesn't. I mean, he beat up on Denver last week. So yeah, but I'll take Tampa Bay over the Chargers. Definitely.
Okay, Snowman.
Well, first time this season that the Tampa Bay Bucks are gonna have some fans this year down there at Raymond James Stadium, and it's only going to be for season pass members with continuous membership since '98, as they will have, or earlier will have the opportunity to purchase a limited amount of tickets. So
Man, that's crazy.
We don't know how many people are actually going to go. There's no, or actually going to be capped at. So I have no idea, but there will be fans in the stands. You will be hearing for the first time cheering as you see Tampa Bay and their quarterback and their new, their that whole new feeling of Tampa Bay being run by Tom Brady and Gronk down there. But you know what? For some reason, no, I'm not. I'm just playing. I'm not going with the Bolts. Give me the pirate sword. I'm gonna be a swashbuckler. I'm riding that pirate shit, baby.
Yeah, I'm with both of you guys. I got Tampa Bay in this one. I think Tampa Bay's defense is very underrated league-wide. I think it's one of the better defenses in the league. I think Tom Brady's just starting to gel with some of his receivers outside of Chris Godwin, who will be out this week. It's got a little hamstring groin situation going on. Mike Evans last week had 2 catches for 2 yards and 2 touchdowns. So talk about efficiency. That's the best efficiency rating in football as far as I'm concerned. I got Tampa Bay in this one. Running game seems to get going a little bit. Defense playing all right. Tom Brady is in the same boat as Drew Brees with no arm, but you know what? Dinking and dunking. He's got the skill players. He's doing his thing. It doesn't matter. Got Leonard Fournette back there that they could always unleash anytime they want. So Tampa Bay across the board. Let's roll on to the next game. We have the Washington whatchamacallits traveling to Landover, Maryland to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is favored by a whopping 12 points. Over under is 45.5. Cowboy Cam, what say you?
Give me the Ravens. They are gonna smack Washington, and I just think they're gonna be out for revenge just based off what happened during that Chiefs game, and they're gonna take it out on Washington. I'm sorry, Washington, but y'all got to take this L.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Baltimore as well. I think there's going to be a little bit of frustration. There's this narrative going around ever since they lost to KC that Lamar Jackson all of a sudden can't pass and all that stuff. So yeah. I think we got a bloodbath situation on our hands. I think the defense is probably going to pick off a guy like Dwayne Haskins, I'd say a good 4 times, and you might see some Alex Smith in the house. I hope we see some Alex Smith. We might see some, so we'll see what happens. Snowman, who do you got in this one?
Literally, Baltimore has rushed for over 100 yards in 26 straight games. It is just literally a road runner effect going on over there. Literally. But Washington hosting this game, that has a different feel to it. Just
Cam, you're not close enough to the camera. Get a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, go ahead, Snow. Finish what you're saying.
But Washington hosting this game is going to have a different feeling. I mean, it's going to be all warm and toasty because the Ravens are playing in the stadium that is literally just hosting a team that is burning to the ground in a blaze of glory because I'm going to fly with the Ravens. You thought I got you. You thought I got you.
You're gonna have to give me. I was gonna make you write a 10-page essay on why you were choosing Washington.
Cam, it is safe. You can back away from the camera. It's 100%. We're okay now. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the next week. Or not the next week. Let's move to the next game. We have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium to take on the Carolina Panthers. Arizona is favored by 3.5 points. Over under 51 points. Let's go ahead. SnowMan, who do you got in this one?
Them Cactus Boys going up to Carolina to play the Panthers this week. Kyle Murray has allowed 1+ interception in each game this season, 1 out of 5 for QB. So while a lot of people would be thinking, you know what, Carolina, they turned the corner, they're going to get a win here and they're going to go 2-2. I just don't see it because this Cardinal is pissed that they allowed the Cardiac Cats to come into their toaster house and play like they did and beat them. I say they're going to be playing pissed off. They want they want some aggression out and to take it out on the cat up there in Carolina. Give me the Cards.
Okay, Arizona. Okay, let's go to Cowboy Cam. Cowboy Cam, who do you got in this one?
Fellas, we better be careful. This could be a trap game. Literally, I picked the Chargers to beat the Panthers last week, and then the Panthers took out the Chargers. It's weird because they got a new coaching staff, and so everything's getting flipped around there. But once again, I got to go Kyler Murray here. Give me Arizona, baby.
Yeah, I'm Arizona with you across the board. We got a comment here from Walkley. Says flex fact: 78% of the SnowMan's references to NFL teams are done with custom nicknames. That's 100% true. Cardiac Cats, the Cactus Boys, whatever you want to call them, he's all over it. That's every week as you tune in.
I have a list.
You see that,
dude. I have a list. You just go back and you watch like stuff on YouTube, like the old Fox NFL intros from like the 90s, and you hear them say, "Oh, you know," the deep voice be like, "Oh, the Cactus Boys are going," you know. It's like, it's just, I find it funny and I found it cool to be like, you know what? Just go back and watch a lot of these old intros. You hear some of these nicknames, and then you just look at them and like, wow,
hey, we love it. We love it. Keep bringing it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to Arizona just like you guys went Arizona. Arizona, I think, is a much better team. I think Carolina, when it's all said and done with, is going to be picking in the top 5 of the NFL draft. It may well be the number 5 spot, but I do believe they'll be in that top 5 draft selection area. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Next game, we have Minnesota traveling to Houston, Texas, to take on the Texans. They don't actually have any type of line here, I'm seeing, but
they're both terrible.
Yeah, they're both terrible. They're both 0-3. They're both just awful. Dalvin Cook had a big time outing last week. The Texans actually looked a lot better last week.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the over-under is, but I'd say it's probably somewhere around 51. So for argument's sake, let's say it's 51. Cam, who do you have in this one, Minnesota or Houston?
Give me Houston. I think Houston's just run this gauntlet where they've played basically the top 3 AFC teams. Like they've had the Chiefs, Ravens, and the Steelers, and they barely lost last week. Deshaun Watson played great. You know, they're fine, and it just happens. You just lose sometimes. The Vikings, on the other hand, are just terrible. So give me the Texans over the Vikings, definitely.
Okay, Snow, who you got?
This one's a tough one. I mean, this is a battle of the 0-3s. This is bottom of the barrel right now. Surprisingly, the fact that it's the Vikings and the Texans who should be middle of the pack at least, to a point, but surprisingly, granted, let's just all remember that this is with no preseason, no time on the field, so this is probably the outcome of why we're saying this. The Vikings and the Texans are 0-3 this year. No preseason.
Yeah.
However, with that being said, I don't really have a I mean, the Texans look good playing against the Steelers. They gave them a fight. I'll give them that. The Texans gave Pittsburgh a fight, only lost by a touchdown. And then you had the Vikings only lose by a field goal. Last half of the game, 30 seconds left in the Titans game.
Titans came back.
So it was a close game, last second field goal. Wasn't a game winner or wasn't a time-ending buzzer beater. It was a close game. Vikings could have had a chance to come back. Didn't. So this is two teams that have shown progress and have shown that they can hang with, teams. That being said, this is a tough one. Unfortunately for the Purple People Eaters, I'm going with the team that was born from a New England Patriot and the University of Texas logo. I'm going Houston.
Yeah, Cam, I'm with what you said earlier. Houston happened to run into three of probably the best teams in the AFC earlier in the season. It's just unfortunate the way their schedule shaped up, but I'm right there with you. I got Houston in this one. Let's go to the next game here. New York Giants at the Los Angeles Rams. Let's see here. Rams favored by 12, over under 48.5. Let's go Snow. Snow, who you got on this one?
Rams, easily. I mean, it's the Giants. Nothing to be said there. You get thrashed by San Francisco in a little ass whooping to where you're literally saying, "Get me out of here!" quick. And it proved because they got their butts whooped. But so give me the Rams.
Okay, Cowboy Cam, who you got?
Hey, y'all want to see a dead body? Yeah, give me the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy across the board. Rams are just, the Giants don't have anything. They don't have anything to offer the Rams in this one. This is a wash of the week because they're gonna mop the floor with them. It's probably gonna be ugly. So let's go ahead. Let's move into one of the other games I'm really excited about. You have the New England Patriots taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium. KC's favored by 7, over under 53. Cowboy Cam, who you got in this one?
Tempting. I'm so tempted to you never want to go against Bill Belichick. You just don't want to do it. But man, if those veterans that they had opt out were playing this week, I might go New England. But I think KC is just on a little different level right now. And so yeah, give me the Chiefs over the Patriots. But Cam Newton's gonna have a big game.
Okay, Snow.
Yeah, this is real tough. I mean, you got literally the 3-0 defending Super Bowl champs of the world against the dark side, the one who's literally the emperor of the entire NFL of the 2000s, and Bill Belichick, and then Patriots. While the Pats are, enjoying this new run with their new quarterback, and while KC has the MVP in their back pocket, just running roughshod right now. KC winning 3 of the last 4 games against New England is a big factor, and I'm going to make it so that it's going to be 4 out of the last 5 because give me them Chiefs.
Snow is going with the Chiefs. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't do this very often.
Here we go.
I do not.
Here we go.
I do not go out on a limb. I do not like to do things unconventionally.
There is your warning.
But we are talking about the closest thing that the NFL head coaching pool has to a Sith Lord. If you give this man long enough, he will find a way to beat you. And you know what? If I'm Bill Belichick, I'm looking at that Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers tape, and I'm saying to myself,
Boom.
what did the Chargers do that caused them to be that way? And you know what? I'm doing it. I'm going New England in this one. I got New England over Kansas City. I'm not saying it's a blowout. I'm not saying it's anything. It's probably going to be 1 point, 3 points, something like that. But I'm gonna go New England in this one, and I'm probably gonna live to hate it. But it's okay. Next game, Las Vegas and Buffalo. We're talking, dude. This is. I don't know if this has been labeled the game of the week, but in my opinion, it's the game of the week, dude. 3-0 against 2-1. You got Buffalo traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders, who seem to be red hot, they found this new energy. John Gruden's got them operating on a new level. They're kind of surprising some teams. They looked pretty good against New England last week until they kind of fell short a little bit. But you know what? This game is going to be ridiculous. So, line, Buffalo favored by 3 points, over under 53. I'm going to start out. I don't do this very often, Snow, but give me the Raiders.
What? Oh, my God.
Oh boy! You know what?
Cowboy
Let's
Cam.
go to
Cowboy Cam. We gotta save the best for last. So Cowboy Cam, go ahead. Who you got in this one?
Well, you know how you went on this full rant about this is why you beat me? Well, look here. This is why I'm going to beat you. You got a guy, Josh Allen, up there in the MVP race, balling out of control. Bills Mafia, baby. Look here. I need to see somebody slam through a table sometime soon here, but give me the Bills over the Raiders, definitely.
Hey, before we get to going to Snow, Cam, don't get me wrong. I'm down with everything you're saying. I just think that the Raiders are on this mission, dude. So they beat the Saints. They played pretty well against first of all, let's talk about this for a second. Darren Waller catches about 13 to 15 passes on whatever bum DB they had for the Saints. And then he comes to New England and then comes to New England and Bill Belichick says, "Nah, we're shutting that down." He has one catch for the game.
I told you.
But you know what? There's something about it, dude. I got to go Las Vegas on this one. But I like what you're saying because I would typically be right there with you. But I don't know, dude. I'm feeling a little bit different. So, Snow, go ahead. Rock and roll with this one. I know your second team over there is Vegas. So let me know what you're thinking.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Let me just put it out there. This is a tough decision because you have Bills Mafia literally killing it up there. Josh Allen just running, gunning, slinging. 3-0. The Buffalo Bills are circling these wagons right now to a 3-0 season right now, and it's proven they are literally the number 2 team in passing right now. It is just crazy to think that fan base that throws people through tables and they're known as the Bills Mafia is running things right a little bit right now. But on the other hand of the world, you got the very new Las Vegas Raiders with Chucky at the helm again in their new home, and they have found something. They have found something with that autumn wind in the desert down there in Las Vegas, gambling, some beautiful women down there during the summer. But this is a tough decision because you got this. Again, this is going to be a game of the week right here. And I don't really know who to pick. I mean, you got, you got them and you got the Bills. And you know what? My mind is saying, you know what? Go for the team that is on fire right now. They're running smoothly. There may have been some hiccups and, jump on the wagon. However, the fact that I'm sitting here today in a Howie Long jersey and the fact that Bills Mafia almost gave up last week. The defense was shutting down last week in their game last week, and they barely, and I mean barely, got out alive against them Rams by 3. So no, I'm not circling the wagons this week because I am going with
my heart
this week.
My heart.
Yep. Okay. You got Las Vegas. This is the no-brainer of the week, in my opinion. Eagles 49ers. San Francisco's favored by 7. Over under 45.5. Santa Clara, California, Levi Stadium. 80 degrees outside. Cam, is this a no-brainer or what?
I just find it funny that a team with we don't even know if Jimmy G's starting this week. They have starters out on both sides of the football, and they're picked to win by 7 over the Eagles. And I just find this hilarious.
That's because Nick Mullins is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. That's why.
Look here, hey, Mike, we're gonna save that for another. Hey, we're gonna save that one because I love Nick Mullins. We'll save it. We'll circle back to that. I love it. I love where you're going with that. But are the 49ers playing the worst quarterback in the NFL this week? Basically, they are. So give me the 49ers over the Philadelphia Eagles. I tried to warn y'all Eagles fans, but you just wouldn't listen to me. You thought I was crazy, and you thought I was a hater. I told y'all Carson Wentz is not who you think he is. So give me the 49ers.
Snow, go ahead.
San Francisco playing a 4th straight game against a winless team. And we can officially just call this game the Battle of the Crippled Teams.
Yes.
This is the Crippled Team Bowl right here. Who is going to win the Crippled Team Bowl? No offense to anyone out there that's crippled. I'm just the fact that both teams are injured like heck. Literally, they are injured up to the wazoo. But good God, I mean, the fact that Eagles look more like the schoolyard kid who's gotten beat up every week for the last 3 weeks straight, including last season. So, and the Niners are just, they got, they look more like the arm in a sling, but they could still fight. So, proven last week against the Giants. Give me the Niners.
Yeah, Niners all the way across. It's a no-brainer. I'm not even going to comment on it because it's that much of a no-brainer. Moving on. We got Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Ooh. Oh.
Sorry. That game's been postponed.
Well, you know what? We're still going to make a prediction on it because
that's right.
because it is going to happen at some point. So for the sake of keeping record, there's no over under, there's no line or anything because of the postponed status. Know that Pittsburgh is 3-0, Tennessee's 3-0. So Cam, who you got?
As you guys know, my dad's a Steelers fan, and I've been picking them for the past 3 weeks. but there's a team that's really dear to my heart that I've been rolling with for a while. Give me the Titans, baby. Tighten up over the Steelers.
Ooh.
Snow, who you got?
This one, another tough one. I mean, Steelers and Big Ben are back. They've been rolling. Literally, these are two teams that have been just rolling right now. 3-0s across the board with these guys. We may or may not get it on Monday. We may or may not get it on Tuesday. We may or may not even get it for several weeks. We might get it in week 7. So this is tough. But for the sake of the record keeping right now, I'm going to be swords up, baby. Give me them Titans.
Titans. Yep. Tennessee all the way across the board here. Mostly because ESPN has been putting out their power rankings and they keep putting Pittsburgh above Seattle, which is a freaking joke. They're not better than us. And so that's, they're both 3-0. I think that Pittsburgh's had the advantage of playing some crappy teams, but let's move on. We need a score prediction on this one, boys. So remember, we got the 0-3 Atlanta Falcons traveling to the 3-0 Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lambeau Field, Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is favored by 7.5. Over/under is 56.5. Snow, go ahead. Start us out. I need a score prediction on this one, please.
Oh, good God. The fact that this is a and 3 Atlanta Falcons and they're choking right now. Matty Ice is not cool right now. He has literally been melted into a puddle because this team is just has not shown up for one reason, for a number of reasons. I'm going with them cheese heads in the Packers and give me a score of, you know what? History's going to repeat itself from the last time they played. Give me 34-20.
34-20. Okay, Cam.
Give me the Packers, and I believe there's a certain score limit that the Atlanta Falcons are going to hit. It'll be 30-26.
30-26. Green Bay. I'm going to go Green Bay as well. I think that Green Bay is just the better team from top to bottom. And in this one, I will go 38 to 38-30 is where I'm going. 38-30.
Okay, close games all around.
Yeah. Okay, 38-30. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us here on the Flex Network Week in Review Show. You can catch us everywhere. Let's start here. The Flex Network on YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any place that you find a podcast. We are on that platform. Twitter at the Flex Network 1. The Flex Network on Facebook. You can find my personal Twitter account at FlexMike11 on Twitter. You can find Cowboy Cam on Facebook at Cowboy Cam, at Cowboy Cam11 on Twitter. The SnowMan, you can find him on Twitter at FlexNet_PW Elite. He will be back tomorrow evening giving you your Wrestling Week in Review show. But as far as Cam, the SnowMan, and me, Flex Mike, we are the Flex Network. We will catch you guys later.
Peace.
Out.